Well, folks, we've already got the race started here for the Dirt Demons at Valley Speedway here tonight. I want to welcome everyone to Valley Speedway. This is Mike Kraft, Cheeseworks Videos. And we have got 6 of Scott Snyder in the lead, and I believe that is Jason Smith. They're your second place car. Looks like Smith is going to pull right up the side. Snyder there, a challenge for that lead. Boy, look back here, 3rd and 4th are not very far behind. And we've got a close race here as the little front wheel drive guys are doing a good job here. Putting on quite a show. Everybody's still on the same lap. And it looks like Smith is going to take over that first place. Can he lead it all the way to the flag stand? And he will, and I think we've got a new leader in Jason Smith. Still the 6 of Snyder. Then the 25 of Joe Jester up into that 3rd spot there. I think he wants to go further. We'll see how it goes. He's looking inside. White flag has come out, so this is going to be the final try for these guys. And it looks like Jester, is he going to get it? Looks like Smith will win it, but no, the 6 of Scott Snyder is going to hang on, and he will take that 7th spot. Oh, looks like we, I'm sorry, we are still on the checkered flag lap. There's the checkered flag, but still, it's going to be Smith, then the 25 of Jester, and then the 6 of Scott Snyder. That's going to be your top 3 here for the Dirt Demons. Here is your B-Mod A main as they come out onto the Speedway, and it's going to be Chad Feather on the inside on that front row. Josh Restroff, I'm sorry, I don't know these guys very well. Ralph Rushiner, Scotty Martin, Alan Bush, Cody Brill, Kit Bailey, Jimmy Eaton, Sean McDonald, Chris Strout, Steven Willeman, Shadden Turner, Chris Martin, and DJ DeMont. And that's going to be your lineup here for the B-Mod A main on Valley Speedway on a Saturday night.
We don't eat much, huh? What, Mike? You got bugs anyway?
Pretty good field of cars here as they get ready to take it away here for the A main for the B-Mods. That's Chad Feather going to lead them down here to the green flag, and they are off. Chad so far looking pretty good through 1, coming out of 2. Now it looks like 16. Oh, excuse me. Of Josh Reisendorf. I'll get it. That looks like Feather's going to come back on the outside, take that lead back. And now I believe that's a 75 of Scotty Martin, and they kind of get together there in 3 and 4. And I believe Scotty Martin is going to take the lead away now. He's got Feather and Reisendorf right behind him there in 2nd and 3rd. And we've got the yellow flag is going to come out as we had one spun out here on the front straightaway. And we'll have to wait and see what the officials say. Oh, wow, we have got a pile up over here in turns 3 and 4. Man, almost half the field bunched up over here in 3 and 4. We're under yellow flag conditions here at Valley Speedway for this A main for the B-Mods, but here's your lineup. Scotty Martin is out in the lead. Then we've got the 11 of Chad Feather. Then the 16 of Josh Reisendorf. Then the 96 of Cody Brill, and the 22 of Alan Bush. That's your top 5 as they go down the back straightaway and head into 3 we're back underway. Scotty Martin working that low line. Reisendorf coming around the top, and they both go up to the high side now. But it looks like Scotty Martin's still going to be your leader down the front straightaway. And we've got a good race developing now for that 4th spot. The 96 of Brill looks like he's going to hold on to it. Martin leader. Reisendorf, Feather, and Brill. That's your top 4. And still, now another good race here for 2nd place. Reisendorf and Fetter race for that 2nd spot. Meantime, Scotty Martin now plugged the pull away just a little bit as these two race for position. Happens so many times in racing. 2 guys side by side kind of slows them up. And the guy that's leading will pull away, and that's what Scotty Martin is doing. It looks like Feather. Well, it looked like he was going to drift up there and take that line away, but we've got a yellow flag as we've got one spun out down here in turn 4. And, of course, that will bring out the yellow flag. And they're going to realign them, and we'll be back here in just a little bit. Okay, we got 5 down. Still got a little ways to go on this deal. Still Scotty Martin out front. Feather, Reisendorf, and I apologize for the name, man. Just don't get out here much. And then we got Brill, I'm sorry, in that 4th spot. Still the 22 of Bush. Martin around the bottom. Once again, down that back straightaway, you can see he immediately opens up about a 4 or 5 car length lead there over 2nd place of Feather. Reisendorf now going to take the lead back. 2nd place back. Feather comes up, challenges again, and Scotty Martin pulls away again. Now out to about a 6 or 8 car length lead as they continue to battle for that 2nd spot. Good race for 2nd. Almost lap after lap. One guy will lead, maybe one lap, and then the other one will come back, and we've got another one spun out over here in turn 2. Little body damage there on the right rear quarter panel, as you can see. Surely he got together with somebody else to cause that. He's going to pull on in the infield, and they'll realign it, and we'll be back. Here's your top 5. Looks like it's going to be Martin. Looks like they're going to give it to Reisendorf, Feather, Brill, and that's the 21 now that has kind of worked his way up in there. I think that's Chris Martin. And we've got a 3-car race there, and Martin backs out of it. Had a 3-car race there going for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Once again, Scotty Martin going to pull out. And Josh, 16, gets a good run off of turn 2. But he has to back out a little bit there to get the car situated to go into turn 3. And he's not really going to make up any ground on Scotty Martin. Scotty Martin just smooth as he can be up here in 1st place. Let's follow Scotty around here. Lifts that left front tire up just a little bit as he gets on it, coming out of 4. Make that run down in front of the straightaway. Scotty now out to just about a straightaway length lead here at Valley Speedway tonight. Scotty looking good. The field now starts to get strung out. Here we got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And you can see we've got kind of an even spacing just about all of those from 2nd through 5th as Martin now starts to run away with this race. Feather again up on the inside, makes a good run off of 4 and down that front straightaway. And he's going to catch up with Reisendorf. Side by backside down the front straightaway. Martin now up into the back of lap traffic. Still a good tight race here for second, third, and fourth, and it's not really been decided. One guy makes a little bit of a mistake, and one of the others will take advantage, but now it looks like Feather's back, and now he's pulling out to about a half a straightaway length lead here for that second spot. Martin is just now going into turn one. Feather comes out of four, and we've got one spun out over here on the outside of turn two, and that will bring out the yellow, and of course that will close up the field again. We'll be back as soon as they get it realigned. Now they turn them loose. Scotty Martin brings them out of four. Feather in second. Willendorf in third. Brill in fourth. And the 17 now has moved up into that fifth place. That's Shadron Turner, I believe. Now Brill wants to come up and give the 16 a run there for that third spot. Puts it down on the low side, but he's still not going to be able to get away with it. We've got to be getting down into the final laps here of this race at Valley Speedway for the B-Mods here on Saturday night. Scotty Martin, your leader right here. Once again, just about a straightaway length lead over second place. Feather. Scotty putting the one down. And there's the white flag for Scotty. All he's got to do now is just a half a lap, and he'll be coming home the winner again here at Valley Speedway. And looks like out of turn four, it is going to be Scotty Martin, then Feather. And Brill's going to get in there for that second or third spot, I'm sorry, with the 16 of Josh Rosenthal. And I believe the 22 of Alan Bush. And that's going to be your top five, as Martin now will pull up here on the front straightaway to get all the kudos here for the big win. And I think they are waving him on into the pit area, as we do have a 40-lap street stock A-main there tonight, and they may be just pushing on ahead for time, because I think they did have a late start time as we got underway here at 8 o'clock tonight at Valley Speedway. Well, the A-Mods are up next, and of course one of the guys you really want to watch in this deal here is that's 68 right there of, excuse me, Dean Willie. Because that guy has been hot out here this year. Believe 7 feature wins. I could be wrong on that. But here's your lineup. We got Zachary Sanders on the pole. Nick Pence is going to be outside. Bob King in the second row. Chad Lyle. Then we've got Jim Moody. Luke Feeback. David McVeigh. Bill Crane. Buddy Benedict. Jimmy Eaton. Dean Willie. Matt Johnson, probably one we ought to keep our eye on, 16S. Gunnar Martin, David Wood, Dallas White, Jeff Smith, and Bobby Ross going to bring up the backside here.
Again, Jimmy Eaton was in the 124 boot mod, so he's trying to get out and get reset inside.
This A-Mod class here at Valley Speedway has been hotly contested this year, but Dean Willie has been coming away, I think, with a big share of the money and the wins. And of course, Willie, the number 68, running a crate motor. What I understand, talked to someone in the pits earlier, $12,000 motor. And I'm going to tell you what, compared to a lot of the other guys here in this class, folks, that's some pretty cheap racing. But as they also pointed out, it just doesn't stop at the 8,000. You've got a few more things you've got to add on to that to be able to race that motor. But a crate motor, and Dean Willie handling it really good out here. As I say, I could be corrected, but I think 7 feature wins for Willie out here on the Green Valley racetrack this year. Looks like they're still doing just a little bit of maintenance over on the backside over there. As the track crews are clearing off, I got a feeling we might be going green here next time around. Yellow light's still on. As Zachary Sanders out of Kearney, Missouri is going to be bringing them around. Nick Pence on that outside. Sure he'd like to pull one off here. Bob King, Chad Lyle. Where's Chad in the 53? Just a number in the car we're just not used to seeing Chad in. But Chad, a racer from around the area here for a long time. Looks like we're going to go one more lap. As they still haven't quite got everything ready to go, I guess. I think they're giving him the one more lap sign here right now as he comes by the flag stand. Looks like officials, yes, the yellow light has gone out. And it's going to be time to turn them loose here. Be hot and heavy. 16 A-mods here at Valley tonight for this Saturday night racing action. And it's going to be 25 laps here for the A-mods, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing a bunch of racing going on as Sanders brings them through 3 and out of 4. And we are underway. And we've got one stopped right here on the front straightaway. I think that's surely going to bring out the yellow flag, and it will. And that is the 9, as soon as I look at my list here. "9X, but I don't even have a 9X on my list, so we'll just call him the mystery driver. Well, that was just some bad eyes on an older guy. That was the 91 David McVeigh, or 9I, however you want to look at it. But anyway, we're about ready to go back and get this thing started again. Once again, Sanders and Pierce on the front row. I'm sorry, Pence on the front row with King and Lyle on the second row. And down the front straightaway we go. And Sanders has the advantage here so far, but I'm sure Pence is going to get a good run off of turn 2. Looks to the outside. Chad Lyle into that 3rd spot, up high. But Sanders in the 69, he's going to lead that first lap once again. And Lyle's going to slide way up the track. He kind of tried to do a slide job there, I think, but didn't work, didn't catch it. Sanders still your leader. Pence in second. They kind of touch down here in the middle of the front straightaway. Lyle now doing that same kind of slide job, and that looks like the 22 of feedback now moving up into that 3rd spot. Luke was in 6th, now up to the 4th spot. Sanders holding on to that lead. Feedback now starting to look to the backside of Lyle, as well as Pence now. He comes on that outside. Looks like there might not have been just enough room there for him between the 69 of Sanders and the wall, and he kind of backs out of it as he had some momentum going there. In the meantime, Lyle has held off the challenge of Feedback as Feedback gets into the wall, and now, guess what? Willie up into that 4th spot as he runs by Feedback. Willie up from, it looks like, Willie was on that 6th row. So that would make him in the 11th starting spot there. And now Willie already up to that 4th spot. And I don't think we've run but probably top 6 laps. I'm sorry I don't have a lap counter or a scorekeeper with me. But Zach Sanders so far showing him the way around here, running that low line with Pence there in the 22. Man, he has been up there dusting off the top and definitely working on that high slot with Chad Lyle running kind of a sliding line through the corners, trying to diamond that thing off. And Willie, of course, getting by Feeback as Feeback tapped the wall coming out of turn 4. But it looks like they're going to realign them here for just a minute. And we'll be right back. Well, we've got 5 laps completed out of the 25, so man, we've still got a ton of racing here. Once again, Sanders, your leader, looks like second spot is going to be Lyle, although I think it's actually the Pence. But that's the way they start with Willie in that inside second row, Feeback outside of the second row. And big race there for second spot now as Lyle starts working the inside of Pence. And now Moody gets up into the fray as he starts working the inside of Lyle. And a big pack of them coming off of turn 2. Lyle and Pence still in that race for second. Pence is going to take it there as they cross over the line. Things getting hot and heavy there for third, fourth, and fifth. Meanwhile, Sanders now out to about a 4-car length lead, but still a heck of a good race here for that second, third, and fourth spot. Man Air just inches away from each other, nose to tail. Pence once again with a good run off the top as he's going to get by Lyle for that second place down the back straightaway. Will he have it down here where it counts? Yes, he does. He'll hold on to second there at the flag stand. Lyle and Moody back there kind of licking their chops, just waiting for one of these guys to get out of the way. Willie again hanging in there, running just a little bit lower than Pence. Moody running right behind Lyle. Willie looking again like he wants to make something happen, but boy, he knows, I think, if he sticks his nose in there, it's going to be a sandwich, and he's definitely going to be the meat. Somebody's going to eat it up, I think. Still a 4-car race there for second, third, fourth, and fifth. As Sanders now pulls away, still with about, oh, look at this, 3 wide now out of turn 1. As it looked like Lyle had just a slight advantage, but Pence catches up with him. Now Lyle, he sticks it in there and then pulls it back. Once again, Chad Lyle looking like he's got an advantage, but not so. Pence still up on that top side. Man, this is some great racing here for second, third, and fourth. Sanders still just up there kind of puddling around on that low side, doing that slower is faster thing, but these guys back here having a heck of a race for third, fourth, and fifth. Moody now looks like Lyle is going to take over that second spot. Moody's going to move into third as he gets around on that bottom side. Willie, I don't think, is done with this deal. Now Lyle starts opening an advantage over Pence. Moody's still trying to get that spot for third. Willie back there in fifth. And we've got one spun out. I think that's Jeff Smith. And he is spun out down here right into the entrance into 2. And that will bring out a yellow flag, and boy, that's going to close them up with the leaders now. And we'll see how that plays out. As Zach Sanders, man, he's had an open track so far, and no problem with any of the rest of the cars, but now this is going to put them boys right up on his back door. So we'll see how it plays out. They're going to realign them. We'll be back here in just a minute. Well, I think the complexion of this race is going to change right here, as now Sanders is going to have somebody back here on the back bumper, as Lyle and Moody, both 2 veterans of the modified ranks here in the Kansas City area, going to be right up on Sanders' back door. Sanders gets a good run off of 2. He really has that thing set up good for that low side. Now Moody's going to dive in there. Gets up beside him, but I think thinks better of it and backs off. Lets Zach have a little room, let Zach have a little bit of room. Once again, now look here, Willie now has gotten by Pence, and he's going to challenge Lyle now for that third spot. Man, this is a terrific modified race we're having here tonight at Valley Speedway. And there goes Willie trying to get around the outside once again now. Moody up there knocking on the door. Here's third place. Willie and Lyle. And Moody's going to get up beside him, and looks like he's going to take the lead through 1 and 2, as Sanders now going to be put back to that second spot. Jim Moody made that bottom side work, and Moody's now your leader, and he opens up about a 1-car length lead. Willie still dealing with Lyle. Can't seem to get around Chad Lyle. Lyle working that bottom side pretty good himself. And Willie, this looks like there's nothing up there on that top side where you can get off the turns. He can get in there, but he just can't get off of it. Excuse me, got a race here for 5th with Fetterwald and Matt Johnson for that 5th spot. Fetterwald on the bottom side, Johnson up on top. Johnson's going to drift up in top. I'm sorry, Fetterwald drifts up in top in front of Johnson. They're side by side. This is a good race for that 5th spot. Kind of back in the field a little bit, but some excellent racing. As the front 4 now have pulled away pretty good. And looks like Matt Johnson now is going to have that 5th spot to himself as he starts to get a little distance between himself and Fenwell. Feedback, I'm sorry, Luke. Feedback, Luke Feedback, I'm sorry. Once again now, Willie starts coming up on the back of Chad Lyle. And there's the white flag. As now Jim Moody, all he's got to do, keep her straight, man. Down the back straightaway, looking pretty good. Willie looking to the inside of Lyle, but he knows it's not there, and he backs off. It's going to be Jim Moody, Sanders, Chad Lyle, and boy, it looks like Willie went up and smoked as he finishes 4th. And I think it's going to be the number 5 of Matt Sanders. And Jeff Smith's going to spin around again over here between 1 and 2. But Moody is going to bring home the win here tonight in that 0-0. Let's see, Jim Moody started inside of that 3rd row, which would have been 5th starting spot. As, boy, a terrific 4-car battle there early on, as they all just were going back and forth trying to get 2nd, 3rd, or 4th decided. And finally, Moody is going to pull it out. Jim Moody from just up the road, not too far, Odessa, Missouri, in 0-0. and Ziegler, Dale Eaton, then Spencer Stevens, and the 20 of Michael Mullins, and then Chad Eichelberry in the blue 09. I will figure this out, folks. Believe me, I will. Ziegler down the back straightaway. Stevens on the outside. Eaton wanting to go inside. Can't get off the corner. Eaton keeping that puppy down low. Seems to think that's where it might be. Stevens wants to go up high. And I believe Ziegler got one heck of a good setup on that thing. He's running a good car width off the bottom and pulls away off the corners just about every time. Eaton looks like he's going to eat him up down on the inside until they get ready to come off the corner. And then Ziegler just pulls away. Now Mullins looks like he's going to make a charge up there on Stevens for that third spot. And we are still early on here in this A main, 40 laps for the street stocks here at Valley Speedway. And it looks like Mullins got around to the top side of Stevens, and he's going to take over third. And now we've got the 11X, which I think is Jerry Schmidt. And he's wanting the top side there, and he's looking for third place himself. Meanwhile, looks like Ziegler now getting into lap traffic already here on about lap 8 or 9, I'd say. We're not even close to the halfway point yet. Ziegler and Eaton both now into lap traffic. Looks like everybody's playing fair so far. 21 now, he's going to move up out of the way. And now the third and fourth place guys start dealing with him. Once again, looked like Schmidt wanted to dive in there, and Mullins is going to take the low way around. And now third and fourth has got through that lap traffic. Here comes Stevens now as he works his way through there. Pretty much got at least the straightaway ahead of him now, a clear track, as Ziegler, we'll show you Ziegler here in just a minute. Ziegler now right up here getting ready to come out of 4. Oh, and we got one spinning around right behind the speaker, of course, where I can't see it. And that's going to bring out the yellow flag, and that's going to realign things. And I think that was the 11X of Jerry Schmidt, who was running in second or third. I just don't remember, but that's going to bring out the yellow. They're going to realign them. We'll be back. I got to save some time. Okay, we got it cleared off, ready to go again. Once again, that is Ziegler, Eaton, Mullins, Stevens, and 44 of Larry McCracken now up into that 5th spot. And we got a race there with Mullins and Stevens for third. And then McCracken is going to go up on the outside and make it 3 wide through 3 and 4. Who's going to get it out of the corner? And McCracken looks like he is going to step in there and take that. Eaton up there banging on the back door. Kind of giving Ziegler some little love taps saying, hey, guess who's here? Looks like McCracken's going to hang on to that 3rd spot. Mullins now into 4th. Stevens battling for that 5th spot. Oh boy, both of them spin out up in the front. Don't know if Eaton got into the back of Ziegler or what. I wasn't watching that. I was watching the race for 4th and 5th. But Eaton's sitting over there right in the middle of turn 2. So we'll see what's going to happen here, as this may move both of them to the back. I don't know what the rules are here at Valley Speedway, and I don't know whether Ziegler lost his momentum. Like I say, I have no idea. We'll find out. They're going to realign them, and we'll be right back. We've started the second half of the race here again. And it looks like the 44 of Larry McCracken and the 174 of Donnie Danner now going to challenge Ziegler. Ziegler was pulling away. in the early part of this race, but now a three-car race here. And it looks like Larry McCracken up on that top side, carrying that momentum. The 3 wide coming out of 2. But Danner's going to back out of it. McCracken up on top, kind of loses it a little bit, gathers it back up. But he will definitely take the lead here away from Ziegler. Ziegler runs back up in there again. But it looks like McCracken now is going to establish himself as a leader on this one. Just about a car length lead there at the flag stand. Maybe Ziegler gets them tires warmed back up. He might be able to get back up there, but it looks like that time that we took for that little break there, his tires cooled off, and McCracken is going to take over the lead now. Looks like things have kind of smoothed out here a little bit. Looks like also now Danner wants to come up and take that second spot away from Ziegler now. Just about a dead heat at the flag stand. Danner on the inside, Ziegler up high. As once again, your leader, Larry McCracken, off of turn 4. Still a good race for that second place. No, by no means is it over. Anything can happen here. We've still got at least 15 laps to go, I would say. But we are going to shut her down here for a minute unless there's a big change. Once again, now Ziegler is going to get back into that second spot, and he's going to cut down in front of Danner. We'll be back here in just a little bit with some more action here from the 40-lap A main street stock feature here at Valley Speedway. Once again now, looks like Ziegler gets up on the trunk of the 44 of McCracken. In a move down the front straightaway on the last lap, Danner tried to go underneath the 44 of McCracken. They got together on the front straightaway. Both of them had to back out of it, and as a result, guess who's in the lead again? Brian Ziegler, your leader now. Got to be down to probably around 10 laps to go as the first 3 now start getting spread out just a little bit. Once again, race for that second spot. Danner again on the inside of McCracken. They go through 1 and 2. Once again, close race there for second. Going to be 3 wide here unless the 79 backs out of it, and the white flag is going to come out for Brian Ziegler, and still a really close race for that second spot. And it looks like Danner may pull McCracken off of turn 2 down that back straightaway. But your winner here for this 40-lap A main here for the street stocks is going to be Brian Ziegler, then Donnie Danner, and the 44 of Larry McCracken, and then the 15 of that's Brian Mays out of Blue Springs. And then the 45 also was going to be up in that mix. And that's going to be Jeremy McConneville out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. But your winner, right there, your winner, he needed a little help to get it, but Brian Ziegler is going to pull it out here for the 40-lap A main for the street stocks here tonight at Valley Speedway. Dale Eaton looks like he's going to pull up there and give him the I'm sorry for the earlier deal, and then pull away. We're going to turn her off here for a minute. Let's wait for Brian to get outside of the car. You can get a look at Brian Ziggy Ziegler. Okay, there's Brian Ziegler, the man of the hour like I say, he needed a little bit of help, but boy, when the opportunity was there, Brian took advantage of it and pulled it out, and is going to be the winner again, like I say, for the 40 lap A main for the street stocks here at Valley Speedway tonight. Well, folks, going to send out some appreciation to Dennis Shroud and for Jeff Lawton as they've allowed us to come in here and videotape tonight. Thanks to them and for all the racers and the track crew and everybody here at Valley Speedway. Folks, that's going to wrap it up for a Cheeseworks production here of racing at Valley Speedway on a Saturday night.
He's out of Big City.